Yo, yo, yo. It is your boy Jet Sanders here. And, man, UFC Perth. What a night. Or morning, depending where you're from. If you're from Australia, you saw that at night. And you usually be watching it in the morning. Whereas for us Americans, we ain't used to that shit. And let me tell you, man, last time I woke up early was for I think the Chinese, was it Chinese one? I don't remember what card it was. But they started real early. They did like the road to UFC. But that was the last time I woke up real early for a fight. I was up at 5 in the motherfucking morning. And I caught like maybe a couple prelims, but I wasn't really paying attention to them. I was like making myself something to eat, But once I finally sat down and like actually started watching the fights, the first fight that came on was Junior Tafa versus Kevin Christian. Now, I didn't do a prediction on this video, but let me tell you something. I'm proud of our boy Junior Tafa finally getting a motherfucking win, because every time I seen this guy, he always losing. So he finally gets a knockout in the light heavyweight division in the first round. It looked like he was about to get another L though. I ain't gonna lie. It looked like he was about to get another L in there. So Junior, he's one of them guys that's always on the Australia cards. So, I mean, I get why they keep him around, but hey, he needed that win. So, congrats, Junior. Next up, we had Cameron Roston dominating Robert Brysick. I think I've seen Cameron fight before, but I don't remember who. But I hadn't seen Robert before. But Cameron looked good in there. He dominated this dude on the feet, took him down, ground and pounded him throughout the whole fight. It's basically all he did throughout that one. But good fighter. I really would. I'm gonna have to sleep through this part. You know what I mean? But I mean, it was a good fight from what I remember. Cameron definitely won that and dominated. So, congrats to Cam. Oh yeah. And then after that, the main card came on. Of course, our first fight of the main card was Tai Tuivasa versus Louis Sutherland. I didn't do a prediction on this video. But let me tell you something, man. This dude Ty, boy, he's on a 7-fight losing streak now. After that loss, he's on 7 fights he's lost 7 fights in a row. And for some reason, the UFC just won't cut him. He's a fan favorite in Australia. But by the end of that fight, they were fucking booing him. That fight was boring. It was ass. He just had no urgency to get up. He had no urgency in fighting, He's just, I mean, fuck, when they called his name, they called him a street fighter, There ain't no technique in street fighting. So, Louis Sutherland basically lays on homeboy all day. Man, I bet you if you would have thrown a cheeseburger in the middle of it, they probably would have started real fighting for over that, you know what I mean? But they probably would have started throwing some serious haymakers for that burger. But we got that bullshit. But, after 2 fucking blobs just laid on each other, as the guru would call it, a blob fest, it was finally fucking over, and thank God. And the winner was Louis, the king of the blob fest there. So, congrats, Louis. I think this was his first win in the UFC, so big congrats. Next up, we got Brando Pericic knocking out Shamil Gaziev in a fucking war. Now, I believe it was the second round he got knocked out in. But in the first round, this dude Shamil was really, really trying hard to make this fight as boring as he could. He pushed homeboy up against the cage for a little while. And for a minute, the ref was like, nah, man. We can't let this shit happen. We just had some bullshit with Tai Tuivasa and fucking Louis Sutherland. We not having this shit happen again. And so as soon as they separate, this dude Brandao starts throwing heavy strikes on Gaziev, kind of forcing the fight out of Gaziev. And eventually he started throwing some slugs too. But by the second round, this dude Brandao finally caught him. I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been an uppercut or a hook. I don't know. But there was a punch that just straight put him down. And he was waiting because he was getting rocked. Every time he was hitting Gaziev, he said, "Oh, you see that boy? He was rocked up." But he kept pushing forward. He was a tough dude, has a chin, but you know, Brando, he wanted that win, and he got it. So congrats to Brando, Perich for getting that dub. All right, next up we got our first pick, or our first prediction. We got Marwan Rahiki getting a first round knockout over Ollie Schmidt. Now, I told you guys, if you didn't think this was gonna happen, y'all tripping. And sure enough, it happened. And I told y'all I wasn't tripping. But first round knockout, I called it spot on. This dude came in last minute, apparently, like a couple weeks notice. So shout out to dude for taking it last minute. I hope he gets another shot at maybe a Contender Series fight, because, you know, with a record like that, I wouldn't assume they'd just let him get another fight. I'm thinking they'll probably tell him, you got to do a Contender Series fight now. But congrats to Marwan Rahiki getting the knockout. I believe it was an uppercut that finished the fight. But man, this dude, Rahiki, he's a fucking beast, bro. He's a beast. So in that one, it makes me 1-0. Next up, we got Steve Erceg getting the unanimous decision over Tim Elliott. Now, Tim Elliott came out very aggressive. He came out pressuring, shooting takedowns, mixing it up very well, throwing a lot of strikes, which, you know, Steve Erceg being very patient, very calm, just kind of weathered out the storm. And then once he kind of saw the pattern, he started to piece it together. He started to find his shots. He was picking his shots clean. Man, he was piecing them up, piecing Tim Elliott up. Every time Tim did get him down, he was able to out-grapple him, stand back up. And, you know, this was one of the fights that I, again, was saying, I think that when you look back at Tim Elliott's fight against Kai, the one thing that Kai did not have was any grappling. I think if Kai had grappling skills, then he'd been fine in that fight. He was piecing him up, and then, like right here, you got to see Steve was able to piece him up. And so, you know, he outstrikes Tim Elliott, gets the damage, gets the win in his home. So, congrats, Steve Erceg. Got the dub exactly how I thought he would. And that's 2-0. Let's go. Next up, this dude, Quillen Salkild. Man, this dude, Quillen Salkild, knocks out Beneil Dariush in the first round. Now, after the fight had like literally started in the first like 5 seconds, Beneil actually hurt Salkild. And you could see Salkild like kind of stumble, and then homeboy Beneil decided to push him up against the cage instead of going for the finish. And because of that, Quillen was able to get out. He was able to break out of there. And once he broke out, man, he just let loose. He just started swinging on Beneil. And sure enough, he fucking caught Beneil, laid him out, and then finished him off with some ground and pound. And dude, it was crazy. almost had me there for a minute when he did drop whenever Benil did drop fucking Southkill. When Benil dropped Southkill, I was like, hey ho, bro, wait a minute. And then as soon as he bounced back, I was like, all right, we good, we back, we good. And sure enough, he got the finish in the first round, just like I said he would. So that makes it 3-0. Now for the main event. Carlos Prates knocks out JDM in the 3rd round. Damn. So this fight did not go how I thought it would. Fucking Prates got some serious power. Because you could see that JDM had a game plan. He went in there pressing forward, being the aggressor, throwing a lot of, mixing it up to the head, to the body, throwing leg kicks, even threatening with takedowns. But, sorry about that. Where was I? He had a good game plan, threatened the takedowns, but Prates, man, he's just got some serious power. He landed those calf kicks. He was hurting JDM's leg and throwing body kicks, man. He started just pouring it on, really. And by the 3rd round, he found his comfort zone, started throwing a barrage of elbows, knees, kicks to the body, kicks to the head, just mixing it all up on JDM. Really showing him that he's supposed to be the next one up. And so he's able to get the knockout. He finishes the fight. JDM looks very defeated. And yeah, that's tough, man. Carlos Prates gets the dub, making me 3-1. So close to having them all. Because there were moments where where JDM did throw some heat, but Prates, man, he's a nightmare in Perth. So, but anyways, on top of that, man, something that I had noticed before really even the fight started was before JDM, even now JDM is part of this. Ever since GSP, every former welterweight champion has gone on to lose their next fight or go on to a losing streak. And it's crazy because I was literally thinking that as I was making my prediction video, like, JDM might be cursed because of this, but I think he could pull it off. And nah, man, there's a serious curse there. So Islam, try not to lose the belt or retire like GSP did while you have it. But yeah, that's crazy. Just so y'all know, I can name them too. The list of every champ since GSP that has gone on a losing streak: Johnny Hendricks, Robbie Lawler, Tyron Woodley, Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, and now JDM. So, with the rumor of Islam fighting Gary, I think, man, just how good is Ian Gary that he beat Carlos Prates, man? Just how good is that guy? But I don't think he's going to beat Islam. I think Islam will win that fight, and then I think he'll go on. And if Prates is the next up, which I think him and Michael Morales should fight, I think that'd be a sick fight. But if they decide to give him a title shot, very much deserving. Fuck it, give it to him. But I think they'll do him versus Morales or something like that. And that would be an interesting fight to see. So I think he would still struggle with Islam because of how easily JDM was able to take him down. Islam would keep him down the entire fight. So, but yeah, man, that's it. That's all. I didn't do too bad on my predictions, so I ain't too upset. Although JDM, man, that's a tough way to go, bro. So, but anyways, you guys like and subscribe. Y'all don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you guys thought about this UFC Perth card. Because I thought it was okay. It was alright. I think once Brandao and Perchich came on, from then it was a fucking heat. So, but anyways, that's it. That's all. Y'all like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.